Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the classic, The Apple Dumpling Gang. This is a 1975 film. It runs an hour and 41 minutes, and it's got it's got Don Knotts, it's got Tim Conway, and if you don't know those names, it means you're under 40, probably under 50. I don't know, but those these guys, comedic heroes, comedic geniuses. They are just they're just freaking awesome. Yeah, that's just the technical term I'm using, but yeah, they're freaking awesome. They they've done so much. I mean, they've done so many different comedy things over the years, especially in the 70s, 60s, 70s, especially. Don Knotts you've seen in the Herbie movies, at least one. Yeah, but to me, he was best known as Mr. Farley in Three's Company in the 70s, at a time when I was probably way too young to actually have watched that show. Yeah, well, early 80s too. Yeah, I jokes right over my head. Yeah, but he was just this rubbery, just old man who just knew how to do a reaction, and he was by the way, John Ritter, who played Jack Tripper in that show, taught me how to fall down. I'd love telling that story. It makes no sense here, but he taught me how to do physical comedy. Not that I'm proficient in it or I use it in any manner in my life, but he taught me how to fall down. I made people laugh through my teenhood back then. Anyway, but Mr. Furley, Don Knotts, he he just he had some of the greatest reactions. But he again, you can go through his entire IMDb page and see all the things he did over the years. And Tim Conway from the Tim Conway Show, from Lucille Ball, and all that other stuff. He's a big deal too. But they're just scratching the surface in this all-star cast. There is that came out in 1975. There is a ton of 1975 era stars, 70s era stars in this. And we have Harry Morgan. He's Colonel Potter in MASH. He would eventually go on to be playing Colonel Potter after this. Let's see who else. Slim Pickens. Didn't he ride a bomb in a certain movie? What else? John McGiver. Uh, let me go back here. Oh, of course, the main star. Even though every time you see these two guys here in the, you know, splash page for the episode for the movie, the main star of this is Bill Bixby. He's the main character. He plays Donovan. He's the bachelor poker player kind of guy who moves into just visits Quaketown and starts taking people for all their money. And when a certain guy gets a little bit desperate to get out of town, he offers to receive a package for him while he's out of town, not knowing that that package is three young children that he's now responsible for because that guy is not coming back. Oh, why are they suddenly showing up in a stagecoach in the Wild West with no parentage, nobody to take care of them? And why is it now suddenly his responsibility? Well, you'll have to watch the movie to find out. But by the way, I know I mentioned Bill Bixby, and maybe that means nothing to you whatsoever, but he is Dr. David Bruce Banner, the alter ego or the normal human form of the Incredible Hulk, who is also one of the biggest superhero shows, if not the biggest superhero show of the 70s. I mean, okay, Wonder Woman, yeah, but yeah, it's he's the main character in this, and I don't know why I think I realized he was in it, but never to the degree that I see these two associated with it, because they always show up on the cover of the DVD or whatever. They don't show Bill Bixby for some reason. I don't know. I mean, these two themselves are a movie within themselves. I think a lot of people might watch this movie just to see them, because they are a great comedic duo. I mean, it's Tim Conway and Harvey Korman. They are a classic comedy duo themselves. But these two guys together, just astounding physical comedy timing. It's fun to watch. to see these guys do their thing, and has nothing with the stuff they do has nothing to do with the story. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't advance the characters in any way. It shows how thoughtless they are in relation to each other, or how selfish they might be, how and how they work together thoughtlessly as well. It's yeah. There's a lot of wacky stunt work and things like that in this, but it's that close up physical comedy that goes on between the two of them that is just fun to watch. So, I there's a reason why. I mean, there's a sequel to this, and I'm betting that it just focuses on those two, and they are not the Apple Dumpling gang, technically. They kind of help create it in a sense. They become, yeah, okay, they are part of the Apple Dumpling gang to a degree, but it's not named for them. It's named for the kids. So it's a for this is a standard. I shouldn't say standard, but it's got all the trappings of your average Western. You know, the old saloon. You got the sheriff, who's also the judge, who's also the barber, played by Harry Morgan. To just he's also just freaking awesome in anything he's in, and you get a romance sort of. You get these kids who are put in a strange situation. They go off on their own adventures. You got Donovan's adventures, and you get the kids' adventures, and you also get these two guys' adventures, Amos and why can't I say it? Amos and Theodore. You get their adventures, and they all sort of intermingle and clash. I mean, these guys are wannabe robbers, thieves, and they are just so bad at it. They're so terrible at it, but it's to our benefit because they're hilarious in the process. And yeah, everybody's, of course, it's the Wild West. Everybody's out there hunting for gold in our hills, and well, finding gold sometimes becomes a bit more of a problem than not finding it. So that becomes part of the story as well. So there's a lot going on here, but it's not a complex film. It's simple. It's lighthearted. It's fun. There is a runaway mine car sequence in this. It gives you a little bit of action, which is kind of funny. It just it hits all the little notes that kids would enjoy back in this era pre Star Wars. I realize I haven't seen this before, and why haven't I seen this? I mean, I like westerns well enough. I think I'd seen my share of Gunsmokes, I think, but I guess when Star Wars came around 2 years after this, I was not going to be watching westerns, even though there are so many western elements in Star Wars. Obviously, we're seeing that reflected right now in Book of Boba Fett and also in The Mandalorian prior to that. But, it was, if it didn't have spaceships or, Wookiees or whatever, aliens and things like that, it was not on my watch list. If such a thing existed as a child back in the 70s and 80s. So, yeah, I kind of missed out on this. And if I did see it, I don't recall. It's to me now, it's a gem to be able to find it, to watch it, brand new as an adult. So, yeah, it's maybe not for everybody. Maybe this is not, younger people may not find this interesting or exciting. It's of its time, but thankfully I don't think they had to do any special editing to make anything more palatable for modern audiences, as they often do. Like, oh, this didn't age too well. The worst they have in this is a warning about smoking. So, yeah, it's an innocent film. It's fun. It's just silly at times, but it's there's a reason why it's a classic. So I highly recommend it if you've never seen it before. If you have seen it and it's part of your childhood, it's time to revisit it. And I think you'll find that it holds up. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. Let's just say that, watching it, as so many shows and movies do many years later. There's a reason why a lot of stuff isn't in syndication anymore. Even though Three's Company was something that I enjoyed as a kid, I don't think anybody's putting that in syndication for a number of reasons anymore. Yeah, you might be able to buy it on DVD, but maybe. Anyway, Yeah, so that's the Apple Dumpling Gang. Check it out. I'm glad I finally came up. It's a rated G, so you know it's going to be good for you and the kids. You as an adult. I'm assuming you're an adult as you're watching this. Why would children be watching me? I mean, if you are a child, hey, this is a safe place to hang out. Don't worry about it. But seriously, why? Well, go watch the Apple Dumpling Gang. Tell your parents you want to watch the Apple Dumpling Gang. Tell them I sent you. All right, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
279.
Wow, just sticking in the... Okay, well, that was... Yeah, close enough. 279. We went from 4s to 2s, okay. 279. Aww. Okay, we took 1 day break to see a movie, and we're back to doing a short. We are going to be watching Lambert, the Sheepish Lion. Lambert, the Sheepish Lion. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it was pretty close to the Lego Star Wars thing. That's why that number seemed familiar. Lambert, the Sheepish Lion, a short. That's what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Already Challenge. See you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.